What's up, Earth Angels? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tay, and I'm a psychic healer here in Kailua, Hawaii, as well as on YouTube. So today we're going to do a pick a card reading, or should I say pick a flower reading, all about what is blossoming for you in 2024. So I'm going to be using the tarot cards plus my intuition, potentially some oracle cards, to see what's blooming for you. Straight up. But first, I need you to choose one of these three flowers. Pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the center, and pile 3 is on your right. Take a second to choose one of these three piles, and then just click on your timestamp, which you will find in the description. What's up, pile 1? If you chose this red flower, this is going to be a reading all about what is blossoming for you in 2024. And I'm just going to say, you're center stage. You are in the spotlight, and you better get ready, because I have been trying to film this reading like 10 times, and I've been stuttering and freaking myself out. And I've been I had this extreme loud noises in my ear, and it had there's nothing in here. It was energy, obviously, something so heavy and strong, and it was freaking me out. And I'm like, okay, this pile is associated with a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety, and it's almost like a fear of being successful, but the success is coming and it's blooming. And so there's parts of you that maybe you're holding on to still, because you might judge yourself. You might judge yourself for putting up a YouTube video, and then you're like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done that. Or you might judge yourself for giving a speech at work, and then you're like, oh, this was all bad. But the truth of it is, the speech already happened. The video was already posted. It already happened. And you better get used to it, because people are watching you do it. And the thing that's blossoming is literally your career. It's like everything that you've been weaving is coming together. Everything that you've been creating is coming full circle. And you're ready. That's the thing. You're so ready. You have the key to success. You have brought everything together. But it's interesting, because I feel like you don't realize it. You're not, a lot of you deal with imposter syndrome. It's like you've made it with this clear staircase to the top, but you don't feel ready to do it on your own. And God is saying, you're the one who connects all the pieces. You're the one who has all the knowledge. You're the one who is ready to bring it all together full circle. But the thing is that you have to let go of limiting beliefs. You have to let go of these versions of you that don't, it's not that you don't want to be in the spotlight. It's like the versions of you that don't allow yourself to be in the spotlight because of fears. So we have our conscious mind, and we have our unconscious mind, right? And our conscious mind can be like, I'm fearless. But our subconscious mind has all these limiting beliefs. And so the universe is asking you to dive deep into your limiting beliefs. So maybe your subconscious mind is like, the spotlight is scary. I'm going to embarrass myself. But your conscious mind is like, I'm fearless, I'm confident, I'm great in the spotlight. So there's a disconnect between your subconscious and your conscious mind, and they need to come into harmony, because or else this is gonna feel hard. And it's not supposed to feel hard, because the thing is that you're ready to go to war. You're ready to zoom in and drop this knowledge on these people. And you have the knowledge. You don't understand how many people or how many things you're going to connect for the better. It's like you connect, you could be someone who connects people from all over the world. You could be it's like connection. There's connection here. Whatever you do connects things together, connects people, connects businesses, connects sales, connects knowledge, connects schools, you're the connector. You connect the spiritual to the material. You are the center that connects things and people together, and you have the knowledge. It's not like you're in the spotlight. I'm not trying to be like, oh, you're not in the spotlight for your beauty, but you could be very beautiful, but that's not why you're in the spotlight. You're in the spotlight for your knowledge. You're in the spotlight for your wisdom. And so it's important you remember that, because your knowledge and your wisdom is not going anywhere. Like, that's here to stay. I mean, so is your beauty, right? But that's here to stay. You are confident because you have this in you. It's in your mind. You've learned it. You've gathered it over this lifetime, last lifetime. And so the universe is asking you to be confident, because I know you go through highs and lows. I know you can become overstimulated and very tired. I know you burn your candle at both ends, and then you don't see yourself for who you are. But the universe is saying you're dimming your own light. And so during this year of blossoming in your business, in your career, in the material world, it's very important that you take care of yourself, and that you become aware of your thoughts, and you become aware of your fears, and you unite your shadow side with your light side. So this means, diving into your limiting beliefs and understanding where they're coming from. And this means attacking it at the beginning and not waiting for the whole tower to fall. So it's like, okay, you see this is happening. You could either let it go and go and go and go until suddenly your tower has fucking crashed, it's on fire. Or you could realize, like, this tower is built a little bit rocky. Let me patch it up. Let me fix it. Let me make it better so I don't let this thing crash. Because I'm not saying that you're going to crash, but I'm just saying this is at your fingertips, and you can make it amazing and comfortable, or you could make it hard and scary. That's the crazy part, is like your career is blossoming no matter what, but the presence of you enjoying it is back and forth, You could really enjoy it some days. The next day you could be like terrified and have anxiety and not want to go to work, or not want to do this like center of attention type of situation. But the universe wants you to know that you're in the right place. You have blossomed. You have come out of your cocoon, and you are the butterfly. You have all of the knowledge you need. You have all of the passion behind it. You have limitless possibilities, and the universe is asking that you just trust, that you just jump into this fearlessly, and you stay very positive at every moment of this year. Because the moment you start to get into your fears, you get into your head, the anxiety creeps up, and you don't get to enjoy this. This is the moment you've been waiting for. This is success. This is success. But it's like, perfect example. When I was in college, I pole vaulted, and I started getting really bad anxiety. It had nothing to do with pole vault. It had to do with other things that were trying to come up to the surface, and I was trying to push down. And it was affecting my pole vaulting. And it got so bad that I would start blacking out when I would pole vault. And I loved pole vault, and I dreaded every single meet. I had a major anxiety. I talked to a counselor. I went to a therapist all week long. Before my meet, I would meditate. I would do all these things, but I still could not be stronger than my mind, because I didn't separate it. I just thought, oh, this is about pole vault. So my therapist would talk about pole vault. Had nothing to do with pole vault. Had to do with deeper issues. And so there's like limiting beliefs. There's root cause effects. And what they're showing me here is, if you don't go to the limiting belief, if you don't go to the root cause, the anxiety just starts arising and affecting areas of your life. And so when you feel these fears, get to the root cause. Oh, being in the spotlight is scary. I love being in the spotlight. Okay, when did I think that being in the spotlight was scary? Oh, probably in second grade, when I just like peed my pants in front of the whole school, or something like that. It could be anything. It could be simple, but it's the fact that you have to make peace with yourself. Because how I see it is you're having this success in your career that you've been waiting for, that you've been working for, and some days you enjoy it thoroughly, and other days you're terrified. And this is all part of the process of growth. But the sooner you become aware of it, the sooner you can put together the pieces, and the sooner you can recognize what the devil is in your life. The devil in your life is something that tries to bring you down. And the devil in your life is literally your perspective. And so changing your perspective, seeing things for what they are, you have worked so hard to get here. You have all the knowledge. You have all the skills. You have all the talents, all the abilities. You are in this moment for all the right reasons. You are in the right place. Trust yourself and enjoy it. How can you be more present? That's the message here, because your career is blooming, but how can you be more present? Enjoy, like hang out. Don't work all the time because everything is blooming. You're going to feel like, oh, I have to keep going because I got to hold on to it. But that's also, I saw, that's crazy. Okay. I probably looked like all like creeped out right now because I saw this shadow, and there's fears. There's a lot of fears in this pile, okay? And you have to get out of the fears. And how you can shift out of the fears is like, okay, fear is down here, low vibrational. Enjoyment, fun, passion from the heart space is up here. How can you shift the fear to up here? What I was just talking about, enjoying with your friends. You want to go and like, oh, like I'm scared. Like I got to this place in my career, but now I'm scared I'm going to lose it. That's fear. Shift it by, oh, let's hang out and have fun with some friends. Let's talk to them. Let's hang out with people from work. There's this message of like, do not hibernate. Do not become the hermit. Do not isolate yourself. Because when you isolate yourself, become the hermit, hide, you get in your head. You get in your motherfucking head and you don't get out of it. And don't do it. Okay? The universe is saying you are stronger than you think you are, but this is a different kind of strength. This isn't the strength of like go home and work hard and on the grind. You already did the grind. You've already been on the grind. This is a time of understanding that you did the work. You put in the work. You're there. You're at the finish line. And now you get to enjoy it. Now you get to see all of your work coming together. It's like the web is finally being woven fully. And so this type of strength is not a strength of persevering. This is a strength of finding wisdom. The wisdom to remind yourself that these fears are just fears. The wisdom to remind yourself to enjoy and stay out and have a good time. The wisdom to sleep when you need it and not overdo it. So anything else here? Yeah, the universe is saying you have this innate ability to just manifest this year. Like your manifestation is just on point, but you have to stay on point. So if there's anything you get from this message, it is don't work so hard. Enjoy more. Get to the bottom of your limiting beliefs. Sit back and relax a little bit and just let it unfold. Because success is here. But whether or not you want to enjoy it and be present with it is up to you. But one day you're going to look back and you're going to be like, wow, those are the best years of my life. I wish I enjoyed it. I'm trying to make that all serious. But I hope you enjoyed this reading. I just keep feeling like I want to be like this. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Drop a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel if you're interested, if you enjoyed it. And I also do readings on TikTok and Instagram, so please follow me. Same handle, TarotXTayFit. And I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. What's up, Pile 2? If you chose this light pink rose, this is going to be a reading all about, I'm just going to shift this table really quick. Okay. All about what is blossoming for you in 2024. So it's interesting because honestly, what's blossoming for you is you. And okay, I don't know if you can see this, but That side of the rose is alive, which is the side you chose. And this side of the rose is dead, which was the side you couldn't see. And so there's a part of you that is dying and a part of you that is blooming. So it's like you're leaving behind old things that don't serve you, friends, could even be family members, could be relationships, could be jobs, could be schooling, could be anything, you know? It could be like how you do your hair or makeup, it could be clothes. You're leaving behind parts of you and you're coming into union with yourself. It's like what's blooming in or blossoming in 2024 is you. It could be like the glow up. It could be coming out of the darkness, getting out of depression, coming into brighter days. It's like you're finally connecting the dots. Maybe for so long you're like, the dots are everywhere. I don't even know, like life is pointless, or maybe it wasn't that serious, but you just didn't feel like you had a purpose, and maybe you're just like, whatever, like I'll just live life like this, but life is boring or life is pointless. But the thing is that you're realizing that everything comes full circle, and you're realizing that life does have deeper meaning, but first you had to find deeper meaning in yourself. And so you're understanding that finding yourself equals finding your purpose. And so you're seeing things from a higher perspective, a higher wisdom, and you're finding balance in this. And it's interesting because before, you would just kind of think that when people set these intentions or had these beliefs in a higher power or had this spiritual side to them, you thought like, that's dumb, that's stupid, like what's the point, it's not even real. And something changed where you have opened up or are going to open up to this higher power, and it's something that is going to allow you to plant deep roots. So what I'm saying is, you're connecting with your higher self, you're connecting with your spirituality, you're connecting with God, the universe, a higher power. You're starting to see the blessings that come through for you. But the blessings come through for you while you do the inner work. You do the inner work of getting to know yourself, understanding yourself, being with yourself, spending time alone, seeing what's good for you, what's not good for you, honoring that. So if it's like a relationship is not good for you, you're honoring it. So parts of you are dying, but parts of you are being freed up, and you're finding yourself. And when you're finding yourself, you're finding your purpose. And I feel like I'm repeating this a little bit, but you're finding a lot more emotional fulfillment. And it looks to me like you're in this cocoon. You're evolving. So this 2024 is like you're blossoming because you're finally finding yourself, but you are still in that cocoon of transformation. So this year is all about transformation. It's all about change. It's all about allowing all the pieces to break, literally to break, and understand that you have the strength and you have the power and you have the ability to put all of you back together in a better way. And when you put all of you back together in a better way, you'll find balance, you'll find the right connections, you'll find the right jobs, you'll find the right people, the right relationships, the right, like everything here is just like evolving, growing, building, flowing. And it all has to do with taking care of yourself. All has to do with listening to yourself. And yeah, tapping in with your intuition, tapping in with your wisdom, just being wise, and being wise to the extent of, yeah, I have to cut you off. I'm sorry, like it's against my honor, it's against my own wisdom, it's against my life to be friends with you. It's against who I am to be in a relationship with you, because I finally know who I am. There was a part of you that felt dead inside, and now you're taking that dead inside and you're letting it go so you can feel renewed, you can feel full, you can feel free. So is there anything that they need to know about this? Like any advice here? Trust the process is what I'm hearing. Trust the process, and trust the universe. Trust that everything is going to be okay, because some days you're going to feel like you're on top of the world, like it's a breakthrough. You're going to be on a spiritual high and you're going to be like, fuck yeah, I love the universe. I love my spirit guides. I love God. Oh my God. I'm so happy. I'm spiritual. I'm free. And then like the next day you're just like fucked up and you're in a dark night of the soul and you feel like shit. And trust me, it's okay. Just know that energy is temporary. Energy doesn't last forever. It's ever changing and ever evolving. So if we're on a high, energy can shift and we can be on a low. But the thing is that the universe is asking you to not ride your highs so high, because when you ride a high so high, when energy shifts, you hit a low and it's a huge drop. If you're on this high, but you're like, okay, I feel good, I trust the universe, like I'm going to take this in, but I'm not going to ride it so high because I'm going to make sure I stay balanced. There's another thing they're talking about. Try to look beyond your fears. Maybe you start to ask yourself, oh my God, like this isn't the right idea. I shouldn't have stopped talking to them. Like they were one of my good friends, or oh, that job was good. No, don't look at the good. Look at the overall. Look at the higher perspective. Zoom out and remember why this wasn't good for you. Why this didn't honor you. Don't look at just the good times, because if we look at the good times, we could be in like abusive relationships, we could be in jobs we hate, because there's always good times, you know? And so they're asking you to look past your fears. And when you're feeling really down, really try to get outside. I mean, in general, this whole journey this year, get outside, be in nature, be with the earth, be with the moon, underneath the moon, manifesting with the moon, talking to the moon, giving the moon your problems will help you to release some of this energy that, because honestly, this year you're going to be releasing a lot of things. I could see that some of you might be crying a lot, but in a good way. It's not like you're crying because you're sad. You're crying because you're releasing. So when you're crying, try to remind yourself, yeah, this hurts, but this feels so good because tomorrow I'm going to feel so renewed. And the universe wants to help you, wants to be there for you, wants to take some off your plate, and wants to show you the way, but wants you to understand that this journey you're going on this year is allowing you to become a more stable version of yourself. And this is a way of you protecting yourself, taking care of yourself, becoming stronger, becoming wiser, becoming more positive. All of these things are meant to happen. So embrace this change and allow this release. And it's okay to go into a little bit hermit mode if you need to. Take time for yourself to rest, recharge, and recuperate, and to get yourself into balance, because it's easier to move forward and to let go of things when you're in balance. When you're not in balance, you start to question like, oh, but they were a good friend, but they also were not a good friend. Oh, I love this job, but you also hated this job. You know, so make sure you're in balance. Make sure you take the proper self-care during this time, but really trust that this time is for your best interest. This time is a time of growth. This time is a time of blossoming. And most of all, this time is a glow up for you. This is the glow up. Everybody loves the glow up. So this is a message I have for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like, a comment, a subscribe to my channel. If you're interested, I also do readings on TikTok and Instagram. Same handle, TarotXTayFit. I would love, love, love to have you. And I hope to see you in my next reading. And also, this card just keeps popping out. If you can see it, you're in the cocoon. Embrace the cocoon and take this time for yourself, because by the end of 2024, you're coming out the other side a new bitch. All right, I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye. What's up, pile 3? If you chose these flowers, this is going to be a reading all about how you're blooming in 2024. So God, show me how is pile 3 blooming in 2024. So what I'm hearing is that you're blooming in ways you could never even imagine. It's like beyond comprehension. This is a very spiritual pile, and as you can see, it's a white flower. I was being pulled to or drawn towards lighting this white candle, and for you, what's blooming is this light that you can always find right inside of you. It's like the light of unconditional love. And this light is blooming inside of you. You're starting to experience the beauty of the universe, the synchronicities, the connection, the signs, the collectiveness. You're starting to see that we all deal with the same struggles. We all have similar things we go through, but you're just starting to be more connected. Like, what's blooming is your spirituality. You're becoming more connected. You're listening more than speaking. You're finding that doors are opening for you, that paths are opening, that you're being led to the right people, to the right places, to the right opportunities, to the right jobs. And while things might have been dark, they're so bright now. Your whole life has color. Your whole life has color. Literally, it's colorful, when before it was so dim and it was so painful. And it's just, beauty is being added to your life. You know, you're blossoming in your spirituality, but so much beauty is being added to your life. You could see the beauty in everything. You could literally be driving to the store and see like 10 angel numbers and be like, God, I just feel so blessed. I feel so grateful. I feel so happy. You could be walking outside and you could see like a toy whale, or just like a random kid's toy, and then you're like drawn later to the same symbol somewhere else, and you're like, oh, this means this. Like, it's like a whole web of just synchronicity, connection. You're starting to just believe in this idea of a higher power. And because you're connected to the spiritual realm and the material realm, your manifesting skills are on point. Because you have everything you need to create whatever you want. You have the material world behind you. You have the spiritual world behind you. You bring them both together and you just create whatever you want. And so your manifestations are on another level. And because your manifestations are on another level, you're getting a lot more attention. You're getting noticed a lot. People are feeling like you're a lot wiser. Maybe people start to ask you for guidance, for more questions. You start to stand out differently because you glow differently. It's like you look different, you seem different. You're not necessarily in this energy of fear or this energy of sadness anymore. You're more so standing in the center of your life, and what used to feel like a web that you were trapped in, now it's a web that you created. It's like things are just opening left and right for you. Connection here, connection there, connection here, connection there. And it's beautiful. Even if you had a bad day, it wasn't a bad day because there was something beautiful about it. What's blossoming is your spirituality. And this is a beautiful pile because, I hope this is my pile. This is a good pile. Any like details on this? Any details on this? So, a lot of people are going to be drawn to you. And just remember, people are drawn to you for your light. Because you have this newfound light about you. You are blossoming in different ways, and people can see it. People can see like the Holy Spirit around you. People can see the energy around you, and they want that because your light guides them. Your light lights up the room. It lights up the situation. It lights up the darkness. And so when people are drawn to you, just make sure you have boundaries. That's like what it is. It's not necessarily that, oh, good and bad people are going to be drawn to you. All people are going to be drawn to you because of your light. And so just make sure you have boundaries, but you also use your light to guide others. And it doesn't have to be you using your light to lead others at the expense of dimming your light. No, you found this light, you use it to guide others, but your light has to have boundaries. Because if it doesn't have boundaries, you find yourself with your light dim. God, anything else here? It's like you're finding balance between the dark and the light. And it just feels good. Like maybe before you were living a lot in the darkness, but now you're balancing the dark and the light. And you're realizing that the dark is not so scary. That you don't have to hide. That you don't have to be worried. That everything always works out. That everything always grows and evolves and changes. And when you start to go to the darkness, you call on that inner wisdom that you have. You recognize the devil in your life, and you recognize what's pulling you down, and you just go straight to the root cause of it. And you're just in union with yourself. You're in union with yourself. You're in union with the universe, and you are just feeling this new sense of freedom, this new sense of happiness, this new sense of abundance, this new sense of oneness. Like you don't feel alone anymore. You don't feel so different. You feel loved. You feel coddled. Coddled isn't the right word. It's more so like you feel like you are being held by the universe. So no matter how alone you are, you don't feel alone anymore, because you can look around, you can look outside, and you can see that you are never alone. So this is an energy of just full on energetically upgrading your spirituality and pouring into yourself. Well, okay, so it's not a year of necessarily like, oh, pouring into yourself, because you're going to gain this newfound light, and then everyone's going to want this light. So people are going to come towards you. So it's going to be a struggle of like having the boundaries and pouring into yourself and knowing when to be interested and knowing when to not be interested. And so what is the advice here? The advice is to bring people together, bring situations together, bring them to the light, but you don't necessarily have to be the light. You bring them to the light so they can find their own light. And you don't let them take your light. And how can they do this? You drop seeds. You plant seeds. So you don't have to pick up all the pieces for somebody else. You can drop a seed, and they can either allow that seed to grow by watering it, taking care of it, letting the knowledge sink in, acting upon it. Maybe you drop a seed about like limiting beliefs. And then maybe this person dives into their limiting beliefs and they find the light because they realize that their limiting beliefs are not their reality. Maybe you drop a seed about limiting beliefs and someone doesn't do shit with it. It's not your job to pick up their pieces for them. And so it's really important for you to recognize this, because when you find this light, you're going to be realizing that a lot of people are going to be coming to you with their problems, and they're going to want you to fix them, and you're going to want to help them, but you have to stay balanced. You have to stay at arm's length. And anything else here, you have to call on your inner wisdom and know when enough is enough, to know when you need rest, when you need sleep, when it's not your battle to fight. Anything else here? God's telling me to take all the cards back. Anything else you want to talk about here? So this is really, there's been some wounds that you've been carrying on to, that you've been hiding, that you've been, you've been hiding them, you've been carrying them, you've been holding them, and they're all coming to the surface. So while I'm telling you, wow, this is the most beautiful pile, this is like so great, and I hope this is my pile, God wants you to know that this is not all like fun and games and all beautiful and great every day. With this spiritual upgrade and this blossoming spiritual experience, it's also painful, because you're going to open old wounds, you're going to dive deep into them, you're going to release them, you're going to let things go, and this can be a painful process. But white is a color of renewal, and I have the star here, which is all about having hope for the future and staying positive, knowing that this is happening for a reason, knowing that you are shining light on these wounds so you can move past them, so you can free them. It's like going into a dark cave with a light. If you go into the dark cave without the light, it's scary, but if you go in with the light, it's okay. And so you're going into these dark places of yourself with the light, and you're healing them. And while it sounds nice and beautiful, it's not always nice and beautiful. You know, sometimes it can feel horrible. But God wants you to look at it as you're in a cocoon. You are evolving, you are growing, and you are healing, and you are moving forward. So don't forget about this light that you have been given to help you move into these new phases of your life. Because you have so much strength, and you have so much passion, and you have so much power, and you have so much positivity within this light. And so take this newfound light, and it's almost like utilize the benefits of it. Allow it to fill your emotional cup. Allow it to help you dive into deeper roots of yourself. Allow it to help you see from a different and higher perspective. And allow it to help propel you forward, push you forward, and fight the demons, the devils, the battles that you've been battling that you want to let go of. Because this is your time. This year is for you. This is a blossoming of you. Anything else here? And by the end of 2024, you're going to have so much more knowledge about yourself. This is like the year of you learning yourself from the inside out, knowing what's best for you, knowing what's not best for you, knowing when to cut people off, knowing when to set boundaries, knowing when to give in, knowing what to eat, knowing what not to eat, knowing what to listen to, what to watch, knowing what not to. It's like this is the year of finding yourself, healing yourself, and energetically like upgrading yourself because you're realizing you're connected to the divine. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please drop a like, a comment, subscribe to my channel. And if you're interested, I also post readings on YouTube. This is YouTube. On TikTok and Instagram, same handle, TarotXTayFit. I would love to have you, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye.